Welcome to B&B Studios, the home of Central Coast Rugby. Let's get stuck into another week of opinions and oversights from Berner and Barthy as they bring us the latest news. Good chat, good footy, good fun. Take it away, boys.
Welcome back, everyone, for another episode of the B&B Unplugging Central Coast Rugby podcast. Barthy, how are you going?
Mate, I'm going great. We had a fantastic day of rugby on Saturday.
Big weekend of rugby.
Beautiful weather, outstanding day. Yeah, mate, I'm on a high.
Lots of stories come out of it as well.
Yeah.
Mate, great day for the Lakes, my Lakes.
Yeah.
Huge day for the club, which is unreal, which we'll touch a bit on the reasons, why they possibly had so much success. But, mate, Clarky, you want to speak about first of all?
Yeah, Owen Clark. Big congratulations to the Colonel, as we affectionately call him at the Terrigal Rugby Club. Owen Clark is a life member of the Terrigal Rugby Club. He's a life member of the Central Coast Rugby Club. And his club in Adelaide that he was associated with before moving up to the Central Coast is a life member there. He has just been awarded, I'm going to get it wrong, but let's just call it the Sportsmanship Honour Award through the Rotary Club, just for commitment to community sport. Outstanding effort, Owie. Well done, pal. Good on you. Congratulations. And it's people like Owen that make the whole competition run. And I was thinking about this when I've been at the sort of local games and as we move around, just the amount of volunteers at different clubs, people working behind the bars.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Just barbecues, logistics, getting in drinks, carrying things, and they do it because they, A, love this community, B, love the sport, and it's just selfless. So I know we had volunteer week, volunteer recognition week a couple of weeks ago, but certainly from my perspective, well done to everyone. Thank you very much, because you allow me to go to a game that I absolutely love, and you allow me to interact in the community that I love doing around the sport of rugby. So thank you to all volunteers. And
3 life memberships for one person is an incredible effort. To get one in your lifetime is unreal, but to get it for 3 different organisations is unreal.
Outstanding. So, he's a good man.
Well done, Clarky. On to the next thing, mate. You got a long list of things to get through today, don't you?
I do have a long list of things.
Before we preview anyway, before we wrap up the round before.
I'm just trying to work out some sort of logical order, and as you know, logic and me don't go very well together.
Yeah. So,
look, actually, you know what? Whilst we're giving out congratulations and well done, right? Word on the street, Bird told me that Austin McAlpine from the Avoca Beach Rugby Club made his run-on debut in first grade. So congratulations to Austin. Little birdie also told me that Austin scored his first ever try in rugby on the weekend in first grade.
That's a game to remember, isn't it?
How good was that? Now, if that is true...
Is there truth to it?
Oh, well, it is.
How reliable is your source?
Consider it truth.
Okay, it's truth. It's on here, it's truth.
So massive ups. Your very first try, you're scoring in your very first run-on game in first grade.
Yeah.
Well done. So congratulations to Austin. That's a good news story for him and the Avoca Beach side. Whilst I'm giving out congratulations, I want to give a shout out to Ben Shelley, and this comes from an unnamed source from another club. Just the amount of hard work, Ben Shelley from the Gosford Red Devils, just the amount of hard work he's doing in driving that club and getting that club as a competitive outfit and unit. So his hard work is being recognised by the other clubs and members in the community of the Central Coast Rugby Union. So big congratulations to Ben. Someone asked me to pass that on.
Well, he's doing a lot off the field, but on the field, he is the clear leader of that team. And you see even on the score sheet, every week there's usually a couple of penalty goals and a Ben Shelley try.
Congratulations to Todd Atkins, played his 199th game on the weekend. So I told him I wouldn't congratulate him till he gets his 200th, but I thought I'd do that because, Toddy's every chance of getting food poisoning before his 200th game. But he's played over 300 games for the Terrigal Rugby Club, played his 199th first grade game on the weekend that I went to. And I've got to tell you, as much as this pains me to say, he was outstanding.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Jizzy had a good game. He played really, really well.
So
it is. It's upsetting to say it. So, but mate, one of the big congratulations, one of the characters of the Central Coast competition. He's a good human being. So, Toddy Atkins, well done, pal. Good on to you. And what else have I got here? That's going to be it for the moment, because the other things I've got, I'm going to throw to before we do other segments.
All right. Well, let's look at the weekend's games.
Now, while we're talking about the weekend's games, I had another crack at it, pal. I had another crack at the sights and sounds of Saturday. I went out to the Terrigal Trojans Warnervale game. I saw both the women's and the men's, and I've got to tell you, mate, what an outstanding day of rugby. I'm not going to say anything more because let's throw to our sights and sounds of Saturday.
Because you've got the sights in this one. And the sights last time was a big it was a big learning curve for you. We'll put it that way.
Well, yeah, we discovered I have limited ability to do several things at once, and so I took a little bit of a different approach. So anyway, we're going to throw to it, but yeah, let's throw to it now, and then I'll talk about other things later. Here it is: sights and sounds of Saturday 2.0. Well, here we go for the sights and sounds of Saturday 2.0. What a cracking day for rugby. The women's match sees the Terrigal Trojans first playing the Warrnambool Wildcat women in 5th position. And in the men's, once all the points are accredited, we see the Trojans in 3rd place taking on Warrnambool in 4th. Should be a great day of rugby. Let's get into it. Here we go. I've got both Wildcat captains. I've got Danielle and Maddie here on a perfect day for rugby. Guys, what are you expecting today? Big clash, important game for both sides. Danielle, I'll start with you. What are the Wildcat women going to bring out there today?
We just want to work on our individual goals, so more aggression in our ruck work and our defence, and just moulding our team together with all our new girls.
Sounds good. Good luck. Go well. And Maddie, important game for the men. What are the Wildcat men bringing, and what are you expecting from the Trojans?
Yeah, they're always pretty good here. I've never come away with a win from the Haven, so it's a good one for us. But hopefully we can, show up today. They're obviously the powerhouse. They've been for years, so it'd be good to good turnaround for Warrnambool this year. So it'd be good to get a win over this side.
Perfect. Well, thanks, guys. Good luck to both of you, and play well. Well, I've got Sophie Dryden, the Trojans' successful captain. Big game out there today. I've just had a chat with the Wildcat women. They're pretty confident. They've got some structures they're going to put into place, and they're looking forward to a big game. What do you expect from the women, Wildcat women?
It's always a hard game against them. They're really strong, so we normally have to really tighten up our defence and not let them bust us through the middle. Expecting hopefully to win, and I guess we just try and go around them, not through them.
Well, the Trojan women are going fantastic under your leadership, so good luck today and go well.
Awesome, thank you.
Well, speaking of piles of trash, I'm here with Sam Kenny, the Trojans captain. Sam, mate, a important game today for the Trojans, and probably a more important game for the Wildcats. When all the points are dished out as they should be, it's 3rd versus 4th. Mate, what are you guys expecting today on what's a absolutely fantastic day for rugby?
Yeah, I'm excited by today, to be honest. Heard a lot about the Warrnambool side, and I'm keen to see what they got and see how we stack up against them. It's, as I say, a beautiful day down here. Probably wouldn't be a better place in Australia to be playing rugby at the moment. But yeah, nice dry day, dry track, see what happens.
Well, half-time in the women's fixtures sees the Terrigal Trojan women leading 24 points to 5 in what's been a very competitive match. One of our women have to consider themselves a little bit unlucky. A few dropped balls and the Terrigal women have pounced on it and run 70-odd metres to score. Ball movement from the Terrigal side and their class and skill is starting to really expose some wider channels by the Wildcat women. They're going to need to keep their defensive structures tight for the Wildcats, otherwise this score could blow out in the second half. And for a bit of a turn-up, half-time scores in the Hornsby women versus Lakes. Currently, Lakes are leading at half-time, 19 points to 5. Well, Pete Norman calls full time on what's been a really entertaining match today. The Trojan women running out winners 43 points to 10 in what's been a really entertaining match. Plenty of ball movement and plenty of passion and fire in the match. And look, one of the most, I guess, surprising performances was by Pete Norman himself. The fact that he lasted the entire 40 minutes with the speed at which these girls play is quite a surprise. So congratulations Pete Norman, but also congratulations women on what has been a fantastic game of rugby. All right, so joining us is Vic Scott, who is our B&B player of the match. She's done an absolutely outstanding job out in the tight, plenty of tries scored out wide, Vic, but as we know, these tries can't be scored unless women like yourself do the hard work up the middle.
Yeah, we've got to drag all those girls in, 3-on-1, and then there's space out wide. So that's our plan. That's what we do well.
An outstanding performance by yourself, laying the platform in, allowing those ladies to score out wide. An impressive performance by the Trojan women today. But I tell you what, those Wildcat women, they're a good side, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're very strong. They're great over the rucks. They're really protective, and it's great to verse them.
Mate, well, congratulations, outstanding performance. Good on you. Well, joining us is David Hall, the Premier 1 referee for today's match. About to referee what, David, about your 653rd match today?
Something like that. A fair few.
Now, mate, what are you expecting from the what's going to be a massive game? Warnervale really need to, and Terrigal for that matter, third versus fourth. It's a big contest for both sides. What are you expecting?
Oh, I think it's going to be a good game. It's a lovely day. The pitch looks pretty good, so I think both teams are going to want to play some positive rugby, and hopefully it'll be a great game.
Now, I understand Todd Atkins has already offered you some advice out from the middle if you needed it. Will you take on board any of his advice?
Toddy's been offering referees advice his whole playing career, and no one ever listens to him.
Good on you, Dave. Good luck, mate. Well, the Trojans have absolutely dominated this first half of football, taking a 33 points to 5 lead into half time. They've dominated the scrums, lineouts, possession and territory. The poor old Wildcats have been a little bit at 6 and 7s to keep up and maintain the pace of the match. Challenge now is for Terrigal to really take this mentality into the second 40 minutes and really put the Warnervale Wildcats to the sword. On the other hand there, for the Wildcats, if they're to be competitive and really challenge in this sort of top 4 position on the ladder, they need to start to tighten up their structures, work out their defensive patterns, because at the moment it's letting them down. Terrigal are really dominating this match. It's been a good half of football to watch.
We've got problems with David Hall here at the moment. We could have some hamstring problems.
David Hall calls full time on this match. Terrigal Trojans dominant victory, 61 points to 5. Dominated territory, possession, set piece, pretty much every facet of the match. Disappointing display by the Warnervale Wildcats. They would have wanted better from their performance. That's to take nothing away from the Terrigal Trojans. Absolutely outstanding performance in every facet of the match. All right, I'm here with Elikana La'apola, who's had an absolutely outstanding match now, B&B player of the match at number 8. Eddie made a great performance by the Trojans today, really dominant display, and I guess really set a message out to the competition that the Trojans are back and playing well.
Yeah, mate, it was pretty tough year for us, especially for our new pack this year, not compared to our team back then, the last few years ago. But yeah, we've been coming along this year and last few years ago to improve and better pieces that we need to improve for this year.
Mate, great stuff. Some really strong runs by yourself, and found yourself in open space a fair few times. I saw you looking for support pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about this year as well, because with our new team, we need to just that big and goal and that drive and support to each other on the field.
Well, mate, an outstanding performance by yourself and the Trojans teams, mate. Congratulations, well done.
Well, mate, much better, much more improved sights
mate.
and sounds of Saturday for you on that one.
I'll take that as a wrap. I'll take that.
Well, I think because you didn't actually do any reporting during the game, which is obviously a lot easier for you as well.
It did make a big difference.
Huge difference. Couple of stitch ups there with referees as well, which is also great.
Pete Norman he's a fan of the show, friend of the show, Pete Norman, and he's one of our YouTubers. So good on you, Pete. Yeah.
What about Dave's hamstring? Is there any update on that?
No, actually, we should have rang him up. Hey, while we're talking about Dave, mate, it was one of the best games I've seen him referee. And what I mean by that is, I didn't notice him out there.
It's a good thing.
A good referee doesn't get noticed. You know what I mean? Allows the game to go, as we all know. And so Dave, outstanding job. Congratulations. Well done to you. Great performance with the whistle, I thought. So, mate, what a great game. Terrigal, geez whiz, they were good. They were good in both teams. Yeah, the women's and the men's. They were very, very, very good.
Do you want to get on? Sam said it pretty good, pretty well at the start. There's no better place in New South Wales to be playing.
Australia, the world,
Australia, anywhere,
Earth.
And you sort of take Terrigal for granted, and you don't want to play there as an opposition player. But when you look at it from a completely different perspective, and you look at just around, you see the skill in the background, you got the water and everything. It's unreal.
Yeah, it is. It's
unreal location.
Not real good when the southerlies blowing though.
No, horrible. Or the bog pit that you used to play in.
Yeah, well, so that was it, mate. It was.
Do you want to go through the women's results, and we'll go into the men's, and then we'll chat a little bit more about them?
All right, let's go with the women's. We'll start off with the Terrigal women. That game we just saw the sounds of Saturday with that. I don't know how.
Because you were impressed with Warnervale. You rang me in it and said, I have no idea how they are further down the ladder because of how good they are.
Yes, they were great. They were really good. It was just that the Terrigal their skill and their speed was just far superior.
Yeah.
And I think if I was to say the biggest difference between the two, the Wildcat women just lacked a little bit of those linkage plays, those players with the skill to set out their players out wide. There was this one young lady playing. I should do my research to find out. I can't remember what number she was. Lightning quick for the Wildcat women. Yeah, she was great. A lot of potential around her, but they really missed that linkage. They needed that skill level. That like the job that Maddie Robson does so well for the Trojans. So, mate, great game of rugby. Played really well and awesome performance by the Terrigal Trojan women. 45 points to 10.
Next game,
we have the Lakes getting up. 26 points to 5 over
Hornsby.
Hornsby.
Was a huge, or I think it was a big upset anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we a couple of weeks ago, we sort of thought that this was Hornsby really challenging to be that sort of team, with Terrigal. And then, Terrigal, a couple of injuries, unfortunately, to Hornsby, but, such as rugby.
Well, losing Ange Miranda.
Yeah, it's huge.
Massive blow for the. Yeah. Hopefully, she's all right. There wasn't too much permanent injury in that shoulder she did last week, but that's a big loss.
Yeah, massive.
So a massive win. Well done to the Lakes women. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get one of the Lakes women on after we finish doing the results of the round. Thanks to Gus and the team at Erina Podiatry.
We missed that, didn't we? Thank you very much to Gus and the team at Erina Podiatry.
So we will we'll get someone from the Lakes on to have a chat about that victory. So that was it, and then we had the two buys, Oranbong and the Avoca Beach women having the buys.
Well done, Oranbong. No loss on the weekend.
No, do you want to do the men's?
Yeah, let's do the men's. Go for it.
So the men's will start out Terrigal, as we just said. Outstanding performance by the Trojans. Played really well. They dominated all facets. Yeah, they moved the ball around. They moved the Wildcats around. Plenty of holes through the centre. It was one of the best all-round performances I've seen from Terrigal for a very long time. And what I mean by that too, it was constant. The way they finished their 80 minutes was similar to the way they started.
Yeah.
And another impressive thing was when the substitutes came on and the coach got some new players on. The momentum continued. It didn't slow down, which can often happen when you clear the benches. So great performance by the Trojans, winning 61 points to 5.
Very disappointing if you're a Wildcat.
Yes.
Started the season with 3 wins, top of the table, and then losses sort of working their way down. But it was the size of the loss for me. Like they looked like their team was pretty there as well, wasn't We've had a few weeks where we've had 5 or 6 players missing, but I don't know if they had that on the weekend. They look like they had a solid team there, and Terrigal mentioned a couple of times that they've got a lot of young players that are coming through as well, but they've just got those old heads that and their structures are there and they just stick to it, and that's incredibly, I think disappointing is the word that I'll sort of use, because we really thought that Warnervale, and again, the season's only, when we're nearing halfway through the season, but still a long way to go. But I thought that game would be a little bit closer. I was hoping the game would be a little bit closer.
Yeah, so did I. But anyway, that's hopefully it might just
well done, Terrigal.
Might just be a blimp on the Wildcats season.
Yep.
But mate, strong performance by the Trojans.
Yep.
All right, let's go to the next flogging, shall we?
Yep.
The Avoca Beach Sharks winning 69 points to 10 over the Red Devils. Mate, what's clearly just an absolutely dominant display. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tries.
It's unreal, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Avoca kept rolling on.
it was a big victory, and mate, to be honest, I thought the game might have been a little bit closer than that.
Yeah.
So, and when you have a quick browse over the try scorers, I know I've said it before, but they're getting the ball out into their wider channels, which hasn't been their strength over the last few years. So, big win to them. Congratulations to Avoca. They extend their lead at the top of the table, and that was the game that Austin McAlpine scored his first try. Now, we've had a few outtakes. I can't remember if we left that in the intro.
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say it again just in case we didn't.
Well, the reason why we've had a few outtakes is mainly because of you, but throw it in there anyway. Let's go.
Mate making his run on first grade debut and scoring his first ever try in rugby. First ever try, scores it in first grade. So,
Unreal.
Well done to Austin. So 69 points to 10. Well done. Moving on. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at this score. 26 points to 27. Lakes getting the job, getting the win over the Hornsby side. Tight match, 4 games apiece. 4 tries apiece. So, looks like a ding-dong match.
It's a huge story, this one.
Yeah, it is.
Big story. On the game first, that comes down to a penalty to win it. And Logan slots it, and they get the win. And Lakes needed that win. I think that's the win that hopefully can sort of, can kickstart them going forward. But,
well, you know why they won.
1 point.
You know why they won, don't you?
I know why they won, but I'm just wondering how much is this going to...
Do you want to...
I don't think it's going to derail this season.
You're trying to do it gently, aren't you?
I'm trying to do it gently.
Do you want me to just come out and say it?
Go for it.
The reason they won is because Marshall was out of the state. He was so far away from the game, as far as possible.
Lakes have a horrible record with Marshall at the helm this year.
Yes.
And no one's spoken about it. And then the first week he goes away.
We're exposing it here now, aren't we?
We're exposing it. Andrew Ellen was the coach?
He was coach, standing coach, interim coach. Let's just say the board are meeting to offer Marshall.
But if you got an interim coach that's winning at
support.
100%, why would you take the coach back that's winning at like 20% or whatever he's winning at? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think
an unnamed source, got in contact with us here at the podcast just to let us know that there was a board meeting intending to happen, and as we all know, when you get the full support of the board, let's just say good luck to Marshall.
Yeah, well,
I wonder if Andrew Ellen. Wonder if he's. I'll tell you what.
I think he might not be interested, but if you're the Lakes, you have to go after him. You have to chase him. You have to lock him down long term. If he's turning around those sorts of results.
Well, I tell you what is going to hurt the Lakes is the clothing and sponsorship deals.
Yep.
I mean,
sunglasses.
Marshall's a handsome man.
He is.
And Ellam's got a head like a slapped ass.
So maybe they keep Marshall for the image. I don't know.
Yeah. But so Els does all the thinking,
all the coaching behind the scenes,
and Marshall's the face of the.
And they roll Marshall out on a Saturday.
That's right.
And then they go in the sheds. Els is in the sheds.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Giving out all the information. But anyway,
well done, Lakes.
Good. Yeah, good stuff. All right, now
on to some shit house news.
Yeah, look, we've had a bit of fun. And what I might just say, the unnamed source. Let's just say his or her name rhymes with Mahana.
It does rhyme with doesn't it?
Anyway, moving on.
We don't reveal it.
No. The secret source. All right, now let's talk a bit of sad news.
Yeah, dark day for the World Rugby Club. So on the weekend, I don't know if they've forfeited before. I don't think that they have. But
certainly not from my memory.
Yeah, I don't think that they have. So where we had 10 players to basically play first grade and couldn't field a team, so forfeited. So told Carryong basically when they're about to run out that you won't be having a game today. So
I think Carryong had run out.
Had they?
I think they had.
Right.
I don't know.
Good win.
I was informed that they had run out.
Yeah, and I mean it's incredibly gutting for many reasons. Like personally, it's obviously quite gutting that you sort of get to that point. From that personal point of view, being there and having those days had a lot of successful days at the club, but then also I've been there on those days when you're rocking up going, we have 8 first graders here. We're going to have to pull from 3rd grade, 2nd grade, and you just make a team and, and you play the game of rugby because, you love doing it. There's that social element to it. And also people are turning up to watch you play. And that's the other thing. And you just do it for the club. Like, you're going to go out there and that, your team's not as good as theirs. You're going to get points put on you. They're a better side. Like, they've got better rugby players. So you're going to get done by a bit. But when I suppose what was disappointing for me is seeing that you're fielding a 2nd grade and then that doesn't filter up to your 1st grade.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you just think, like, I don't know the players have played or anything like that, but you just think, like, just fucking back up and just play ones. Like, you never put your club, when your club provides that much for you, you never put your club in a position to forfeit. And I understand that people are like, no, I don't want to play 2 games, only signed up for 2nd grade and all that sort of stuff. And I think there's many angles to sort of come at it from. And I don't believe this is not the solution to anything. But it's a very tough day when your players and those 10 players have to turn around and go, well, we can't, by the law, field a team today. And that is the premier team for our club that the juniors will look up to and go 1st grade. And they might see every week you're getting, done by 70 points or whatever. But when they start seeing the forfeits of 1st grade, well, it's like, well, that's where your club's crumbling. And again, being in that position and knowing, like, we've had days where we've just gone, we're forfeiting 3rds to get around to 2nds. We've got to pull 2nds because all the players are playing together and we're running out in 1s because you do not forfeit 1s. And I know that your older people in that club, like, Gluey, Gouls and JK and all those guys, Stu McGoldrick, that's gutting for them with all the stuff they're sort of trying to do to get the players together. But again, that's where your culture comes into it of,
But here's the thing that here's the thing. It can't continue.
No.
So the Central Coast, look, let's just really hope. Let's really hope it was a one-off, and after a couple of weeks, they're going to be good to go after the long weekend. But the Central Coast cannot allow them to. Well, they can't just play 2nd grade. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to make some really, really tough decisions, because, rightly so, if I was associated with the Red Devils, I'd be going, well, hang on a minute. We had all these stipulations put on our entry back into the competition. Now you got a team that's forfeited 1st grade, played 2nd grade. You'd expect the same sort of expectations to be placed, or something. You know what I mean? Like, we can't be in a situation where we turn around and we've got a club sort of maybe playing or maybe not or whatever, and if that's going to take some hard calls and hard decisions, from both the Warwood perspective and the Central Coast perspective, because if they don't want to be put in that position, which I'm sure they don't, and then they're going to have to fix it.
Well, it's obviously a horrible position to be in. So something long term, which is what the committee can control, but the short term stuff is what the players can control.
Yeah. The
players can get together and go, okay, we're seeing it out. If it's got to be 2 games a weekend, it's 2 games a weekend.
Yeah,
you do it for a period of time. Like, you saw the Warnervale Terrigal game, or, visually you'll see it on the YouTube. You see that and all the club's spirit and the amount of people that are down there, and there's people on the bench and everything that are waiting around, and that's just, it's enviable for some of these other clubs. But that's also, down to the playing group. It's down to how the players themselves actually approach the games and go, no, I'm just rocking up to this stuff. That's the club's problem. It's that thing about me versus the club, rather than like we are part of the club.
Well, me first, then the club after me.
Exactly, and that's not like the club. A rugby club gives you so many opportunities, throughout life to work on your leadership skills, to do every single thing, everything and what that provides. And some days are rougher than others, but they're also the days that are the most fun. My funnest days playing rugby are times where we got belted.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I sometimes sit back and go like, well,
do you have a few fun days?
I had many fun days, and like they were the best. Like I remember there was a time we were playing in Avoca, and that was the first time I clocked 100. And I remember there was playing with a guy called Josh Hurst, and he was his prop, and we just had a blast because he got a try scored against us, and we'd be putting bets on behind the post of $5. I got first hit, and it was me versus him. We got different sides of the fields, and we had like a betting thing going during the match of who had the first hit. It is the exact opposite of what we thought we'd be doing that day, but it's a story that you tell for later on. I don't remember the wins by 20 points. I don't remember any of those games.
Yeah.
You'd blend in together, but those those other ones, that's where you build that camaraderie. They become stories later on. And I don't think there's a lot of those players, unfortunately, that are there that go, well, we just got to suck it up because this is the interim, because in the future you might have this.
Well, it's a sad day for the Warrior Rugby Club, a sad day for the Central Coast. So let's hope that in 2 weeks' time we've got themselves sorted and they've got a few extra bodies to compete in first grade. Let's hope so. And that was the results of the round brought to you by Gus. And the team at Erina Podiatry. Thanks, Gus. Well, Bernard, mate, we spoke about it a bit before when we were chatting with the results of the round, thanks to Gus and the team at Erina Podiatry. And the famous victory, Lakes women getting the job done, 26 points to 5 over the Hornsby women, at Hornsby too, I might add, so it's an even bigger win. We've got Charlie. No, we haven't got Charlie. I was going to say, I just read Charlie's name twice, scoring 2 tries. Who we got? We got Nick and we got Julian. We do. And well, let's start with Julian. Julian, how good was Charlie playing? She scored 2 tries.
She's playing pretty good, mate. She was playing inside centre. We have to move her to the wing because she's just got gas to burn, eh?
Nice. Now, Nick, you're the important one. You were out there on the field playing. How did it feel?
Well, the win was good, so that felt great. We actually travelled and we did have 2 reserves for the forwards. By the time we got there, we had none. So it actually felt like I was dying at the end there, but it was a really good game. The girls were really good.
They couldn't find Pennant Hills Oval number 1. Where did the 2 reserve forwards go missing? Yeah, where did they broken down?
They got stuck at KFC on the way in.
Is there any names you can throw out here? Or?
One got COVID, poor thing.
Right. Yeah.
And the other one had 6 children, so we did what we had to do with what we had. So
it wasn't a bad result.
I'm with Julian here. 6 sick children and COVID sounds like KFC to
me. Good excuses.
Now, Julian, mate, as the coach, you'd been extremely proud of the women and the performance they put in.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we've been working at it for about, I think I've been the coach 3 years now, so it's finally good to actually see all my hard work or their hard work coming to fruition. Hey?
Yeah, good stuff. Well, mate, we just thought we'd get you both on for a quick chat and a big congratulations for really putting the wind up the competition and making yourselves known out there. Who's your next opponent, do you know?
Avoca.
Well, there we go.
Will you be picking us for Avoca?
Well, I will 100%. Barthy won't. I will. I'll back in.
We got a bit of toweling up a couple of weeks ago from them, so hopefully we can turn one back around. So
yeah.
I'm backing you. Barthy will pick Avoca. He always does.
Well, we'll see.
yeah. They're pretty good. Them and Terrigal, mate, they're
great side.
Yeah, well, leaps and bounds sort of above everybody.
I was going to say, now, the Lakes women have made themselves known now, giving the the only other team to beat Hornsby by so much has been Terrigal. So it's an outstanding performance. Look, congratulations, guys. Thanks for joining us on the podcast, and we'll see you guys on a Saturday.
Okay, thanks for having us.
Cheers. Good
see you guys.
Thank you. Well, with this weekend off, Burner, the long weekend, it's rep weekend, and we've got the captain of the rep side, or one of the captains, Ethan McGuinness, joining us. Ethan, mate, congratulations on representing the Central Coast once again. You do an outstanding job leading the team around. Off to Tamworth on Saturday.
Yeah, third year in a row.
Be nice and warm out there this weekend, mate. So, how's the team shaping up?
It's really, really good this year. We've had heaps of boys come, and I think we've had about 35 boys to training, and been pretty consistent. Even with the rain, it's been really consistent turn up every week from the boys. So lots of people putting in, pretty excited. I think the last time we kind of had this kind of setup and thing happening was 2018 when we went to Warren, and we ended up smashing that lower division comp, and everything just clicks a lot better when there's that kind of commitment that there has been and is this year. So pretty excited for it.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, I know Stewie Jenkins, who's I'm going to call him. He's on the board. I'm going to call him director of representative rugby, and obviously Craig McWilliam, the coach. I know the Central Coast they're really putting in a concerted effort to make that representative side something to aspire to again. So, mate, and the proof's in the pudding. Getting 35 players out there training, trying to make that squad is fantastic. It's great news, and also gives a bit more, I guess, prestige to actually making that side.
Yeah, and it's what it should be. It should be the pinnacle of the rugby on the coast, I guess. Obviously, it is a big commitment as well, because it's an extra night of training during the week leading up, and then it's your long weekend in the middle of the year that's cold and you're away from your family and stuff like that. But honestly, every year I've been doing it for, I think this is my 8th year or something, and I just feel like every time I watch the other teams in the comp, I just know that our comp has the players to win the Cal World Cup every year.
Yep.
It's just getting that commitment there, and we're in an ideal position because it's not a massive geographical location.
Yep.
Say far west, Western Plains, they have to travel, hours to go to training. So we're kind of lucky in that situation, and we should take advantage of that and prove to, New South Wales country rugby that we're a dominant comp and can be.
Absolutely, mate. I couldn't agree with you more there. I know, having had a chat with Stewie Jenkins and Nutter or Craig McWilliam, I know that they've certainly got some, I guess, putting in a few things in place to make it a little bit more attractive. And obviously it's going to start over this weekend. Hopefully you guys are successful and can take out the Kent World Cup. So, Ethan, mate, thanks for joining us on the podcast. Go well, good luck. And we have absolutely no doubt you'll lead the Central Coast side with prestige and honour, and you'll play well. So good luck.
Cheers. Thanks, boys.
Well, mate, just before we wrap things up, it's been good fun, hasn't it?
It's been good fun today. Bit of a different episode.
Yeah.
Obviously not previewing anything this week other than the interview with Ethan.
I'll tell you what we did do, though, is we at least got the results of the round, thanks to Gus and the team at Erina Podiatry, which is great. But, look, the marketing department at the B&B Marketing.
Yep.
Is
there issues?
Yeah, look, there's an opportunity missed. We have the line off, or we had the line off, which has unfortunately been, I'm not surprised that Woolwee forfeited after, losing the line off Shield. It just makes sense, doesn't it?
It does.
Is it a bit too early to make fun of them for?
No, I don't think so. You forfeit.
Well, they did. They did. Yeah. I wonder if Carrong's been awarded their points already for a forfeit.
You've handed that one home hard this episode, haven't you?
Well, mate, precedent's been set. Anyway, moving on. Mate, I like this. Ready? I'm gonna read this out. Now, I love my Wildcats.
You do.
But isn't this cute? Ready? Listen to this. So this is from their socials. The Sky Blue take on the Blue Filth tomorrow.
Oh. Sorry, keep going.
It has to be the Filth off.
It is. It's the Battle of the Blue Filth. I flagged that at the start of the year. Why didn't I think of that?
It's a Filth off.
I think, I'm kind of glad I didn't promote it as much because yes, it's the Battle of the Blue Filth.
It's a Filth
It
off.
was Warnervale's chance to take the Filth off Terrigal.
Now,
because Warnervale could have become the Blue Filth. I mean, they didn't in both grades, which is upsetting, but we could have played the angle of that's the reason why they lost.
That's right. Now here's the thing. Give it a little bit more credibility.
Yep.
Warnervale Rugby Club was started by a guy called Greg Holm, or Boxhead, who I used to play with at Terrigal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you reckon there's a deep-seated history of Terrigal in Warnervale, and that's where the colours come from?
Well, no, the colours. Boxhead used to play for Parramatta.
Yep.
Played over 100 first-grade games for Parramatta. Parramatta 2 Blues are a dark blue and a light blue.
Yeah, right. A lot of similarities here.
Warnervale Wildcats, dark blue, light blue. Boxhead, great human being, good man of rugby. Boxhead, he was a member of the Blue Filth.
Yeah, right.
Premiership winning member of the Blue Filth too, I might add. Anyway, isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? The Sky Blue versus the Blue Filth. Sorry, I'm gonna call it a filth off.
Yeah, it should have been a filth off. Yeah. We really missed the trick. I tell you what, the last 3 weeks have been some huge rounds for marketing that we've obviously missed.
Yeah,
we probably should have a look at it. For
is
next
Tomo
week.
Still suspended?
Tomo's. You know what? I think we have to bring Tomo back.
Yep. Well, she is the backbone of the podcast.
She is. I think Tomo has to return because clearly the person who's sitting in those shoes or feeling those shoes at the moment, aka me, is just not doing the right thing at the moment. So,
well, the B&B departments have really had to work through, haven't they?
Well, they have.
Complaints department.
The complaints department's getting a little bit at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I can get along.
No, fair call. Anything else I need to chat about?
No, mate, I think we're done. I've had a great time. It's been good fun.
See ya! Well, if you're watching this, this is only for the YouTube viewers. A bit of a different angle. What we're going to do is we're going to give away some prizes only for the YouTube viewers. So if you're still with us, if you're stuck around after the outro, surprise one. Barthy, what do they got to do? What are they winning?
If you're watching this, you're watching us through YouTube. The first person to DM us saying, hey, we've watched you on YouTube, we're going to send you out a $50 Trojan restaurant and bar voucher because they are fantastic sponsors of ours. So DM us with your address so we can put it in the post and letting us know you've watched us on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Cheers.
See ya!